to it. Like I'll
I
use this
agree. Yeah,
forever just because it has
I
like
always
all
like.
of my Google accounts linked to it, and
I
just
don't
like
want
it'd
to
be
have to
so much of
re-log
a
into
hassle.
everything.
Yes, it'd be so much of a hassle to
Well,
redo everything.
I've bought so much off of iTunes. You know.
Yes, there's another thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
you
want
could
to
still have
iTunes.
I still have
Oh.
iTunes.
Yeah, but
And a lot of apps, they'll transfer your purchases and stuff. But like if you're speaking like music purchases, that's different. But
I like iPhone. I like the way it functions. So
I don't know. I always like
What
my
the only thing I
Android.
can't deal with the iPhone is that little ass fucking keyboard. I mean, it just depends on the
You get
size
used to it.
of the phone, obviously, and you can make your keyboard
Yeah.
like bigger because you have like bigger screens now. But
No,
like
but you can also
when I
increase the
grab
size
somebody's
settings.
like phone, I feel like I can't fucking type because I got giant thumbs.
First world problems.
right.
Um,
Anyways, welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerd Podcast with Mikey.
why is my
Tim,
camera
two Chris's.
reversed?
I don't know.
That's weird because this is my right hand. That's weird.
That is your right hand. That's on the right side of the screen.
Like this is wait.
It's bigger than his
No,
left hand.
it's on
that he
my-
jerks off with.
It's on the left side of the screen for me.
It's a pretty good camera, though.
Right?
Yeah. I can see everything on that table.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just asking the same thing.
Well, I was so confused because I was looking at the camera and then I was trying to move this way, but it was
that
just a very
cocaine?
confusing.
Did
No,
I see
it's-
cocaine on the table?
It's weed.
Oh, that's weed, okay.
Cocaine.
It was the angle that made it look white.
Oh, yeah, the other thing I always forget is my camera's on the back of like the right side of my phone. Here's all my Christmas shit I still
I
haven't
don't
put
know
away.
if it's because of Skype, but your camera quality is ass.
Yes,
It's Skype.
I think it looks pretty good. No,
If
I
you-
mean it's a
yeah.
little tiny thing. I can't see it in full
It's
screen.
got to be Skype then.
Yeah, it's
So just I don't know if you guys knew, but we're recording.
Oh, okay. Welcome to another exciting episode of
to another episode.
Who's Your Nerds Podcast. Blah 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 blah. Chris's words. Blah blah blah. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Let's save the NFL talk because I know we're all going to talk about it.
I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Sure you don't.
yeah.
I'm gonna fucking break my goddamn hand
Again.
I'll break the other one.
And even up the score. Unlike what the Cowboys did. Oh,
Where's removed from friends list? Okay. Yep.
well, I mean the Colts didn't even make it to the dance, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
We have no room to talk. as
Well,
Colts
but the
fans.
Cowboys went 6-0 in their division with one of the easiest divisions, and they went
We went-
6-5 against everybody else. So it's like,
We actually had the best NFC record as well in the NFC. I mean, like against the NFC rather, like a conference record.
Who got the bye?
Packers,
Yeah,
pussies.
Aaron Rodgers.
I swear. Let's talk about something else.
Anyway, we'll get to
All right.
Anything else?
Hold on.
Anything
we'll
else?
get to
Yeah,
NFL
So
later.
if you guys haven't picked up, we're on Skype because Chris is still sick and none of us want to get the coof.
I'm sick too. I think I have COVID, but I still have a cold.
Do you have? Is it non-sick COVID
I think
I had-
so.
You're not
I
allowed
had-
not to have
or
COVID.
non-COVID?
I had
sickness?
non-sick COVID.
I
You're
never
not
took
allowed
a
not to
test.
have
Non-COVID
COVID.
sickness?
I never took a test, but I could still taste and smell things, sort of. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I did burn my tongue on chicken noodle soup, so I really can't taste anything anyway.
You have no room to talk then.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm starting to get my taste back.
Are you though, or is it going to go away?
Yeah, I had
again?
some. I had spaghetti and meatballs for dinner, and I could taste the meatballs. That was nice. And
I
I had
had
to
a-
sweeten my oatmeal this morning.
Are you almost out of oatmeal, or have you gotten more since I bought you a pack?
No, I bought more.
Okay.
I did Walmart delivery and I did Instacart, so I could go to Aldi.
Okay.
Instacart's pretty awesome.
It just sucks. I still have to work. I did not feel like working at all
Why don't you just call off?
because I feel guilty.
Oh yeah, forget that.
You know what?
Uh,
I felt guilty until I realized I'm the. So I felt guilty until the next day when I had to drive across from the Kroger's on Dixon all the way to Walmart because no one else wanted to take a trip when I had 30 minutes left to work. And when I drove by
Oh shit, I've had
the
to do that before.
office, when I drove by the office, there's 4 buses sitting there.
Yep. Ain't that piss you off?
Yeah, it pissed me off.
I've been
I
there.
stopped
So
feeling
I didn't feel
stopped
guilty
feeling
anymore.
bad a long time ago. You just got to do what's good for you because nobody else is gonna not call in sick because they don't want you to be alone.
no, my shit's different.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
If not,
Yeah, it
No,
is.
it's not.
what do you do, Mikey? Why is it different?
If
Because
you went
there's
over to
there's
Kokomo Beach
there's
and jumped
actual
off the top
deadlines
platform, they don't
and
care.
there's areas, and everybody has their own area, and I can't just leave my area to someone else.
I mean, if you're sick, you're sick. That's just it. They pick up the slack.
They'll bring somebody
I
in. That's what your
I pick up
supervisors are.
I pick up slack when Bo calls out. He has his work to do. I have mine, but I
I pick
do
up
his
slack
work
when
when
Chris
he's not.
calls out.
I pick up slack when the other Chris calls out. I've been driving large Marge around.
Good.
And she's
Good
sitting there
boss, Large
thirsty right now in the garage because I didn't fill her up on Friday.
Friday, shame on you. I fill up every Friday.
She has over 3/4 of a tank, so it doesn't really matter.
Every Friday I fill up.
I had to work Thursday when I was sick, Friday when I was sick, and Saturday when I had to work another Saturday. Wow.
You had to work another Saturday?
Yeah,
Did you have to do that new thing they've been making you do?
yeah. I did that Friday, Saturday, and today.
Is it easy, or are you understanding it better now?
Yeah, it's easy work if you can freaking find the address. Because on the normal stuff I do, they give you the address, which is usually correct because usually contractor calls it in,
Yeah.
and then it'll show up on a map. And this one is just listed as like almost like an Excel sheet. It's just like listed. So I have to type it into like Google Maps or something, or something like property records or something. And it's not usually. Sometimes it's not there. Then you gotta just search and search, and it's a pain in the ass.
Right.
But I think we got it all done. I don't think we have to do any more this year.
Hey, speaking of not doing anything, so hopefully Thursday night I'm gonna go see Scream. That's the goal I'm shooting for right now.
Well, let me know.
So if
you
anybody
go.
else wants to go see Scream, I'm going Thursday night.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It's a 7:30 show, I think.
I'm not gonna go if you're feeling sick. I don't want to.
Well,
I don't
I'm
want
not
that
going if I
stress.
still feel sick, but I have to. I cannot take. I have to be off of medication for 3 days before I can return to work, and I don't get paid.
You can always just
Starting Monday.
lie.
Yeah, did you guys get MLK Jr. day off,
Yeah.
Chris? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
had
broke
to
my
work
hand,
today.
so I get the next month and a half off.
Yeah. Man, Bo's really
Yeah,
gonna
we were
pick up
closed
your
today.
slack. You fucking
Mhm.
slacker.
He was actually just saying the other day, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
now I know why Tim likes working second shift because it's so easy once the 7 o'clock, usually him, person leaves." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Damn right, buddy. I let you do all the work and I chill the rest of the night."
Yeah. So, has everybody watched Boba Fett, the latest episode of Boba Fett?
I never started it.
You never started it?
No.
Dude, you got to start it. It only
So
comes on once a week. It's not hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't release a whole series at once.
They did
No,
like.
HBO only goes once a week.
I'm too
Okay.
busy
You mean-
getting swole and sick.
Maybe I'll watch it. I'll
You
watch it
mean Disney?
tonight.
You said Boba Fett.
Well, since me and Chris have only seen it,
Oh, it's on Disney, not HBO Max.
Disney is on Disney. It's Boba Fett on
no,
HBO
but
Max.
Disney's Boba Fett. Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Okay.
Peacemaker is on HBO.
Have
But
you?
I keep seeing
the
things
latest-
about Peacekeeper.
The
Sorry,
problem with the
Peacemaker.
Boba Fett was, so these bad guys are riding on these motorcycle things.
Oh my god.
Did they not look like the motorcycles from the fair that you would ride when you were a kid?
Yes, they look like mopeds.
It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my
They-
life. Like,
It was.
remember the motorcycle ride that goes in a circle when you were a little kid? You'd ride the
Yeah.
motorcycles on the fair ride. That's what these scooter things look like that these bad guys are
They
riding.
took it off of the Ferris wheel.
They took it
It
off
looked-
of the they took it off of the county fair. Oh, hey, look, let's just use this.
They look like Power
And
Rangers.
it just it dumbs
Hey,
down.
nothing wrong with
this-
Power Ranger bikes. Shut your mouth.
It wasn't. It was worse than that. It was like
Okay.
they stole. It's like they took them off of the fair ride, and put an engine on them, so they could levitate and
Made them look
ride through.
sci-fi.
It's the dumbest thing. It just totally. It killed all energy I had for the show. Like it's. I'm having a hard time hanging on right now.
It doesn't help that the episodes are slow, and it's not really even about Boba. Like,
No,
don't-
and he takes his helmet off all the time.
Did I read correctly that Ahsoka's in it?
no,
yeah.
she's in Mandalorian,
Man, oh, okay, that's what it was.
and she's getting her own show soon.
I love Ahsoka.
I hope it's not as shitty as Boba Fett.
Now, I have
hope they
faith
make
that
our
it'll pick up.
the
Because
correct
freaking
color.
Danny Trejo is the Rancor handler.
Yeah, Danny Trejo's in it. That's kind of cool. And also, there's another thing. They've got these two huts walking around like these guys are carrying two huts at the same time.
Oh my god!
There ain't
I
no
love
way
it
on
when they
God's
show
green
up.
earth that 12 men could carry two huts at the same time.
When they zoom in on those like slaves' faces, they're like having such trouble. I laugh at it.
It's the dumbest thing in the world. I'm like, there's no way these guys could keep these two slugs up in the air like that. It's impossible. They walk them around on this platform thing, like when they would do a king or whatever, and they would have people carry the king around while he's on like a platform. That's what they do with these two huts. They have two huts because Jabba the Hutt's dead, but they have two other huts that.
They call them the
Rule what-
twins. It's the brother and sister that are
Where
the
does-
new heads of the Hutt family.
Yeah,
Where does
and
Boba fall? Like time wise.
In
it's
between,
it's after. Is it after Jedi?
it's after Jedi, before Force Awakens.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
allegedly.
like here in the next couple episodes, Han Solo is gonna bring Ben to.
So it's in the new. It like falls in the new 3 movies, like the new trilogy.
It's after Empire and Jedi. Yeah.
Okay, oh, that's what I was wondering.
the New Republic is still kind of forming, and
Well, no, it is
Kinda-
after it's after
new.
Jedi because he gets out of the Sarlacc pit. So it is after. It's right after Jedi.
yeah, but it's also after what we see in the Mandalorian so far.
I'm like Jedi Knight Academy. I love that game.
No, Return of the Jedi.
No,
They're remaking the Knights of the Old Republic. Then
I know.
I hope
Looks
I
good.
hope that they're not just grasping at straws with the Star Wars canon and just make a bunch of shitty stuff. Oh, he's gone.
There,
Oh,
I
no,
saw
he's
that there
dead.
was. It's like every time I I'm just looking like online. It's like like new questions arise about like where this like actually falls in the Star Wars timeline. I feel like they're throwing shows out so fast that they're losing track or they're
I agree.
struggling to keep things like falling into place without
Within
having too
timeline.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the thing is,
Like
they
Star
have,
Trek had that problem with Discovery season 1 and 2, and the way they fixed that is they threw them 1,000 years into the future, so now they can do whatever the fuck they want.
They have Favreau, the guy who's like the head of Marvel, also like the head of this. But he's got so much on his plate with Marvel. I don't know how he's doing this also.
Yeah, I don't know either. But he's the one that did Mandalorian, so.
Yeah,
But
I don't know the show.
If they want to make a cool show, they got to go like way back in time or way forward in time.
I feel like I'm watching it because it's my duty as a Star Wars fan to watch it.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not because it's great. That's the problem with it. That's the issue that Boba Fett has.
That's the
I hope
exact
the
reason
Obi-Wan
why
series is
I'm
better.
going through the original Star Trek series right now. I know it's a piece of shit, but
Some of those episodes are really good, though.
some of them are fantastic. Some of
Yeah.
them are great. Some of them are just stupid.
Yeah,
Some of them are so dumb, but
but
some of them are pretty. Because I know that, like, I'm like a a Voyager, kind of. That's like my era of Star Trek. That's like the first Star Trek I really watched was Voyager, probably. Maybe a little bit of the Next Generation. So I'm definitely I'm trying to bear with like the older technology, if you will, like the
Right.
real life technology, how like everything's just a little more like dumbed down and stuff like that. Like they
yeah,
have
but
to
some of the
hold a
storylines
handle. They have to hold a handle to go up and down the fucking turbo lift. You kidding me?
it's the '60s.
Yeah, the 2260s.
Yeah, but you had the story with she had Khan, the
Khan,
Tribbles,
yep.
which is a great episode.
I
Don't
the triple episode is so great only because more so because of the Deep
I
Space
can't
Nine
watch
episode.
the
Right.
original triple episode
Um,
without
Oh,
the
one,
Deep Space Nine
the,
episode now.
the one with Abraham Lincoln, that was a good one.
Mm.
And the City on the Edge of Forever was one of my favorite ones.
Is that the one with the portal?
Yeah, they go back in time to the war era,
The Guardian of
and
Forever,
they have to
right?
go get
Because he's in. They do that. They use him in Discovery.
they have to go back in time to get. Is it Mister who somebody goes crazy? They have to go back in time to get him because he jumps through the portal. Oh, Dr. McCoy, isn't it?
Um,
Kirk and Spock have to go back in time, and they meet up with this woman, and she's a Nazi sympathizer.
I'm a doctor, not a crazy man.
And she in the story, she gets hit by like a car or a bus or something. And if she lives, the Hitler wins the war. The Nazis win the war. So Kirk knows that she's got to die, but he's fallen in love with her because he bangs everybody in the universe. So he has to let her die, and that's a great episode.
Yeah, that one with the Guardian.
And then
Like
there was
the
the
one
one
with
where they go back in
Super
time,
Spock.
like they go back in time and they like they talk like gangsters because they hang out with gangsters. That's another
The one
one.
where they go back to the gang. Isn't it like the gangster time? I'm pretty sure they go back in time.
Yeah. They go and they play the card game. They make up a card game. You can do that, but only on Tuesdays. There's a lot of great episodes. I'm not even a Star Trek guy. I'm kind of a
They're
Star
just
Trek guy. Those
they're
are
just
good
like
episodes.
so like littered throughout the
That's the
the
issue
show.
with the original series. It's a lot of good episodes, but there's like you get two good episodes, maybe one bad episode, then one good episode, one bad episode, or one good episode, one bad episode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're just far and in between. Unlike Deep Space Nine or the Next Generation, where there's
I liked
full
it
seasons of
because
good.
I liked it because, and it was like this in the 70s and 80s. You could come on at any season, at any time during the season, and
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about what's going on
Yeah.
because it's a different story every week.
They make fun of that in Lower Decks in one of the episodes. They're like, it's always weird going back to those, the TOS era. TOS, yeah, it's what I call the 2260s. It stands for those old scientists. Scotty, Kirk, those guys. Back then it seemed like every week they were fighting a new monster.
Oh, the one with the Gorn was a good one
Well,
too. Remember, you had to make the gun.
It's always it was the ship of the week or the monster or the alien of the week. That was
Yeah.
what the show was about. It wasn't
Right.
about the Dominion War or how's Boba Fett going to become the crime lord of Tatooine.
Did you read that article I sent you, Chris?
How long ago did
It
you send
was
it?
like yesterday. It was like the 10 most, like the 10 biggest Prime Directive breaches of the
No, I
of the
hadn't gotten around to reading that one yet.
number one is Cisco bringing the Romulans into the Dominion War, and I was like, yeah, it
Yeah.
was pretty bad. It was the best episode that never happened.
That in the pale moonlight is hands down my favorite
Oh,
Star
it's
Trek
such a good
episode.
episode. I don't know if it's my favorite episode ever. Calm the fuck down, okay?
I think
There's
it is.
plenty of good
Because
episodes
it
that.
shows it. I know we're going into Star Trek talk all of a sudden,
Mm.
but it shows like how far like a Starfleet captain's willing to go, outside of the bounds.
I mean, they would have got wrecked by the Dominion, so he pretty much saved the whole Alpha Quadrant by
Yeah.
doing so.
I don't know. I think they would have won, but it would have been a lot longer.
Yeah, a lot longer, and
Yeah.
12
And
gajillion more people died.
Janeway would have come in with Borg technology and just wrecked all the Dominion.
I've read so many like articles like why wouldn't Voyager just go like Voyager knew about the wormhole. They were at the Deep Space Nine on the very first episode of Voyager. So they know about the wormhole. So why wouldn't they just go from the Delta Quadrant to the Gamma Quadrant and go for the wormhole? But there's a lot of like different maps, but essentially it's like the same distance.
Yeah, it's the same distance.
And you don't want to have to go deal with because I don't think the Dominion War even happened at that time.
No, but they knew there was some threat there making ships disappear. So it was probably safer to go the way she went with the maps they had.
I just watched The Scorpion last night.
Good episode.
Oh, you know
Great
what
episode.
I noticed about Boba Fett that I did catch that I thought it was kind of cool?
What?
Remember in the first episode when they bring the guy in, or the second episode, they bring the guy and they drop him into the
Sarlacc pit?
no, not the Sarlacc,
Oh, the Rancor pit.
the Rancor pit, and he tells them where they are.
Yeah.
When he first goes in there, he says Ichuta, which he's like, don't swear at me.
Oh yeah.
But noticed, nobody probably noticed this because you don't watch the older ones. And Empire, when they are on Cloud City, and C-3PO's wandering around, he comes upon a protocol droid,
Oh
just
yeah.
like
yeah.
him.
Yeah, I remember.
And he goes, oh, hey, how are you doing? And the protocol droid says Ichuta, and he's like, oh, how rude. So it must mean like F you or something.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
But I didn't know how many picked up on it. I thought that was pretty awesome that they included that.
One thing I'm excited for is to see Boba Fett riding a Rancor. And I like how they made the Rancors not into, like these barbaric beasts. They're just like misunderstood, like Rottweilers, basically.
Well, the guy did cry in Jedi when they killed his Rancor.
But they're just big. The way I felt was they were explaining this. They're just a big dog. They're just not. They're just misunderstood.
Big misunderstood Rancor. Yes.
Yeah. That can eat you in one bite.
Yeah. That, like the fat Gamorrean guard. They somehow went on a diet and are not.
Hey, they did was it PX360 or something like that?
P90X.
P90X, that was it.
Make me.
And you know what else Boba Fett has revealed? That the real assholes on Tatooine are not the Sand people, but it's the Jawas.
The Sand
Those
people are
little
just trying
Jawas.
to survive. Yeah, they're assholes, but they're assholes to everyone else.
They're not. Yeah, but they're not like Jawas. Jawas are assholes.
Oh yeah,
They try
no,
to rip
Jawas-
people off, and they're mean. And yeah, the Jawas are definitely the assholes of Tatooine. It's not. It's everybody thinks it's the Sand people. They're just they're just no match. Just leave them alone.
Don't go into their sacred desert.
Leave them alone.
One thing that they've brought up like almost every episode is how Tatooine used to have a bunch of water on it, before the oceans dried up. I wonder if somehow Boba's going to bring the water back.
That's probably just, ridiculous.
Well,
like trying to that's like the whole thing now in every show that comes out now. There's got to be some like overall like message, and like how Discovery is going to have like some message about like ultimate message of like us surviving COVID, blah blah blah, and like how everybody like came together and shit like that.
The same thing that they
I think this is just being like hey, our Earth is going to turn into Tatooine if we don't cut the shit. And I think that's what they're trying
didn't even
to
turn
say.
to desert because of global warming.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
however they want to swing it. It had water, and now it doesn't have
Yeah.
water, which
Right.
sounds eerily similar to uh, global warming. Not that that would necessarily mean the water dries up, but
I know. There's going to be some overarching.
you guys made me think of the part from the Family Guy Star Wars thing. Turn the ship around. Leia knows where Luke is.
I watched all those recently. They're so
Gotta
good.
go to Bespin.
I wish they would do the prequels and sequels.
I wish they would. I know.
But I really think Seth MacFarlane hated doing it. Even though it made him a ton of money. Anyways, the show that can't really be compared, but is going to be compared to Boba Fett is Peacemaker.
Peacemaker is so freaking good.
I've only seen the first episode, and I'm
the
hooked.
episodes move fast.
I'm never going to skip the intro sequence. Of him
That's
dancing.
actually the same thing. That intro is spectacular with them all dancing together. I love that.
It almost looks like it's one cut.
It reminds me of on the Drew Carey show. That's how they used to do their intro on the Drew Carey show. He had a sitcom, and they would come out, and they had a song, and they would all do like this dance together like that. But the music in it, I mean, the whole music in every show, the music is so good.
Yeah, he's like a guy stuck in the '80s almost.
It is funny as hell. I mean, that
Mhm.
show's hysterical. Especially what's his his sidekick? Yeah, he ain't in it yet. What's his sidekick?
Eagle.
He's dancing in the
Eagle.
Vigilante.
Vigilante is in it. Yeah. Vigilante is hysterical.
I was gonna say Eagle, but that's just his pet
Yeah.
Eagle, who he gets a
E-
hug from, and it's the cutest thing ever.
The
Yeah.
the eagle. That show is so good though. I'm really impressed with it, especially with it coming from DC. But it is James Gunn wrote and
Yeah.
directed these. I mean, I think that's the. Is that the factor? Is that the it factor?
I think James Gunn is the it factor for
It's-
DC.
Gotta be. I mean, I think everything he touched is really well done and made a lot of money. So
Yeah. He saved Suicide Squad.
yeah,
He breathed life back into DC.
and I
in
didn't
my
even
opinion.
watch. I didn't even watch that second Suicide Squad movie, even
Oh,
though I
really?
can now.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
So I kind of like how it just it kind of told what happened to him.
Well,
throughout
yeah,
the
that's
Yeah.
why you
movie.
should watch it before you should watch
Yeah.
Peacemaker because
Well,
it makes more sense. But
I didn't need to because it told me.
no, it tells you, but still,
Nah,
it's
maybe
really,
eventually,
really-
but
it's funny. It's really, really
well, it
good.
kind of ruined it now. I already like
No, you got to watch it
it. Kind of
because
just
No,
told
there's
the whole.
so much.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn is so good in it.
Yeah.
Idris
Idris Elba kills it.
He's so good. Yeah, the whole cast is really, really good. It's a great movie. But the Peacemaker right now, I think it's the hottest thing out there. I mean, I'd watch that if somebody said you have to watch Peacemaker or Boba Fett in the next episode, what would you choose? I would choose Peacemaker over Boba Fett.
I would too. At this point, yeah, hands down.
So is it the only thing that kind of gives him like superhero abilities? Is that they say he knew like every gun, imagine every weapon or
He's-
imaginable, and then his helmet.
Yeah, his dad somehow they haven't gone into that story yet of how his dad creates the outfits and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't gone into that yet. Who is his dad? Because that thing in episode 3 with his dad, it's opened a whole new book. So
Well, they called him White Dragon, so I can only think of like KKK.
yeah, well, I thought
Well,
about
his
that too
dad,
because
he is
he hates everybody. He's a racist.
I love how Peacemaker is trying not to be racist,
What
but
what he called that cop? What do he call her? Egg Foo Young.
you guys are like ahead of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he calls her like Egg Foo Young. So
I
he's
like
definitely racist.
Peacemaker's just like, come here, sweet cheeks, to that one
To the
waitress,
waitress, yeah,
and he's like, what's wrong with it? She has sweet cheeks.
yeah, no, he's so behind on homosexuality and he's very 80s. Like he's very
Yeah,
an 80s man.
But that's all
Cena
it,
plays it well. Cena plays it very well.
it's funny because that's all it took because he was in prison for 4 years and that's all it took for it to change.
Yeah, exactly. That's true though.
For
Yeah, the world has
the-
become
yeah.
very woke in the last few years. So that's
for someone that
definitely.
was already pushing the envelope one way.
But Cena is that whole cast is really good. Robert
Yeah.
Patrick's really good as his dad. He says some dumb things. He does dumb things. That whole stealing the records out of the apartment complex.
Oh yeah, that
Is
was
that in
good.
episode 2?
It must be.
Yeah,
Okay. Because he's running back. First thing, I only saw like a little bit of it. He's running back to the apartment building to get his stuff.
Yeah, and he steals all our records because they're '80s records.
Dude,
You know, it's Cinderella
that
and
sex
Oh, yeah.
scene in that first episode gave me scarred me. Oh my
Why?
god, it was just weird. They were both like screaming at the top of their lungs.
that's just to make you laugh.
and he hasn't had, like you said, you mentioned earlier, he hasn't had a
He hasn't touched a
relations.
woman in,
Yeah.
in a long time. So
Only imagine. Plus,
Uh,
like all that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's a lot of testosterone.
yeah, that's my new favorite show right now is Peacemaker for sure. I
I'm
watched
over here
last
trying to
week's
figure out the
episode.
difference between my cameras too.
Between what?
I'm like checking like how I have it's like camera 1, camera 2 on the front
Oh.
and back. I'm like, which one's the better camera?
Peacemaker is the new good show on TV. That's for
I'm
sure.
definitely gonna watch it because it has John Cena in it too.
Yeah, he's so good in it. It's really put together well.
It's almost like a role made for him.
Yeah, I like Peacemaker and all, and I like the genre, like how it's like a superhero comedy type relief. But I'm waiting for like when's DC gonna make like a good like dramatic one? Sort of like, I mean, Gotham wasn't that good.
Gotham was really good, at least the first like 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, and then Flash, no, can't do Flash. All the
It's like-
Superman ones, yeah. I mean,
Well, they tried doing that whole thing with like Flash, Green Arrow, and
I guess the-
Supergirl.
Is it the
Supergirl.
Teen
They're
Titans.
doing-
Is that what it is?
When it was
No,
all
the
three
Young
of them running,
Justice.
they were running all three of them at the same time, and
Yeah.
some of them had like crossover episodes. And
Well, now they have a legit Young Justice.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
hear that's good. Or is that what it is? Teen Titans or whatever it is?
No,
or-
yeah, Teen Titans is different. Teen Titans is on HBO.
Yeah,
Young Justice
but I
is
hear.
on CW.
Okay, no, I hear that Teen Titans is really good though.
Teen Titans sucked the first season, but yeah, I hear it's better.
what Teen Titans are we talking about right now?
The live action.
Okay.
It's got like
Teen Titans.
Robin
Oh.
in it.
Okay, I was gonna say, if we're talking about the cartoon, I'm fucking kick your ass. You can't be
The
talking shit
original
about that.
cartoon was good. The second cartoon sucked.
Teen Titan Go is hilarious. You gotta
Hilariously
fucking give it.
bad.
You gotta give it a chance. You gotta like the episode with the sandwich. It's the first episode. It's so good. Waffles.
Hilariously bad.
Waffles. There's a whole episode where Cyborg and Robin defeat a boss. They defeat, I think, Brother Blood or something like that because they keep saying waffles, and he keeps trying to like threaten them, like, give me your passcodes, and they're like, waffles, 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 waffles. He's like torturing them, and they're like, waffles. So funny. You gotta watch it. It's so some of those episodes.
Oh, no.
Some of those episodes they're only 10 minutes long. They're 10 minutes long. So you can just skip an episode that you don't like. That's the greatest thing about that
I
show.
skipped the whole thing because it's that bad.
Yeah, you didn't watch enough episodes.
You ain't even watched Cobra Kai yet.
You don't even watch watch Prodigy. Cause you don't like it.
Prodigy was bad that first episode.
You only watched one episode though, and I'm like, hey, did you see the newest episode 7? And you're like, nah, I didn't watch it. It's a bad show. And I'm like, off of one episode.
Chris's credibility's wavering because he liked that. Listen, like wolves or wolves howling or whatever that stupid
Raised
show
by
is.
Wolves.
Yes,
It's getting a
that's
second
it.
It was.
season. It's getting a second season.
They had a cool premise. I just don't know if they like followed through the best.
I'm gonna rewatch it all. See if watching it all the way through.
Why don't you
makes
go
it better.
watch Prodigy?
Why don't
It's
watch
7
Cobra
episodes.
Kai.
Or
Watch
Cobra Kai.
Because
Watch
I'm gonna
something
I want to
good.
watch a show. I know you both are. No one's gonna watch with me.
Some Star Trek fan over here won't even watch the Star Trek, the new show. Bum.
He tried you, man. Look at that.
Speaking of DC, though, the Batman comes out March 4th.
Is it
I
that
can't
soon?
wait.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Didn't they release like some new images of like the bat suit?
No, they released images of the Riddler.
That's right.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Unless it's Adam West, it's bad Batman, as far as I'm
West.
concerned.
Get out of here.
Talk about losing
Adam
credibility.
West. Adam
The ghost of Adam West.
West.
The ghost of Adam West.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue
Adam
that
West. Adam West.
Adam West was a great Batman, but he's not the best.
Yeah, he is.
No,
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
No.
I mean, Christian Bale was pretty good. I think he was probably like
Again.
2.
Adam West, Batman, never had to say, "I'm Batman."
I'm
because
Batman.
Everybody knew he was Batman already, so
He
that
never had
automatically
an
makes him the
intro
best.
to
I'm
Batman.
He
Batman.
probably had to tell the first person he saw, "I'm Batman."
Oh, I just know.
My parents died and blah blah blah. I'm rich. That's why I'm a superhero. That's Batman's character right there. Big fart noise. Any other superhero I would take. Any other superhero. Remember Gear from Static Shock? He was pretty much the same thing. I don't even know if he had like powers or not. I'd still take Gear over Batman.
Oh God, whatever. Who's the great superhero then? If Batman's not a great superhero,
Anybody with superpowers.
What about Tony Stark?
yeah, Tony Stark is not a superhero.
I'm not saying Tony Stark is a superhero.
He's a rich guy.
He's a rich man. Yeah, he's under the same umbrella as Batman.
Is Aquaman a superhero? He goes around and
The
screws
only
fish
thing
according to
maybe
Peacemaker.
Iron Man has over Batman is that he has the little. I mean, I guess he doesn't need it anymore, but he had that thing in his chest.
The arc reactor.
Yeah, so I mean,
Get
like
out of here!
that
You're not even.
kind of made it a little different. I don't know the name of it.
But
I wouldn't be able to.
but Tony Stark
Let
makes
out.
weapons, and Batman, contributes to society better.
Batman, Bruce Wayne, is a. Well, they're basically the same character. What am I saying?
I would say Wayne Enterprises and Stark Industries. Those aren't the same thing. They're probably actually the same person. By night, I'm Batman. During the day, I'm Iron Man.
I haven't decided whether I like that new Riddler outfit though.
I liked it, but
Riddle me this, Batman.
Why? He looks like the Doctor from like a plague doctor, like from the plague, like from the Dark Ages.
With the
Looks
mask.
looks like
You
a
have the mask?
serial killer.
He is
I guess he
sadistic.
could
so
be. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. There's
we'll just have to see how it plays out.
there's like almost too much bondage. Like,
Who doesn't love bondage, though?
yeah. Come
It
Well,
comes
if I
out
got
in
m-
March, really.
Yeah. I'm in the same room as you, Mikey. I might tie you up.
on.
And then we'll see what
My,
happens next.
my character in D&D has some pink fuzzy handcuffs for us.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. I cast. No, I can't say it. PG podcast.
Eh. More like PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in episode one where
PG-18 maybe.
yeah, it's episode one where Peacemaker makes fun of Aquaman, says he's having
Yeah.
sex with fish.
I mean, I'm all for like Aquaman jokes. If what's his face? If we're talking Aquaman, new Aquaman, and we'd be talking shit. What's his face?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. I can't be talking shit about Aquaman when Jason Momoa is Aquaman. But every other Aquaman's a bitch.
Surfer
This guy's trying
Boy.
to tell
Yeah,
Peace-
I mean, in
you guys trying to tell
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker that
Oh
that
my god.
that
That
Aquaman
baby.
is the greatest. He's like,
Uh,
he has sex with fish.
yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
not.
Why is
He's
Pepe,
like-
why is Pepe 420 lying to me then?
That was so funny. They're ripped on Aquaman.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I was like,
I-
no way.
That actually would have been great if is it actually Jason Momoa?
That's
They
what
don't
I'm
know.
talking
show
about.
'em. They're just
It's in
talking
the same
about 'em.
universe.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say imagine if it was because Jason Momoa could actually probably like fight John Cena like in like a wrestling match just like right there wherever they are. That'd be
Oh
great.
yeah.
What'd you say, bitch?
I mean, that'd be cool because I mean, I guess Momoa and oh, who's it? Fuck.
Cena,
I don't watch. No, I don't watch wrestling enough.
Randy
the other-
Orton,
No,
The Rock,
no,
Oh,
Keep on going.
Batista.
no.
No.
Well, he looks like Momoa.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Um.
Roman Reigns.
There you go.
Oh, Roman Reigns. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they could kind of team up, and then, like John Cena could show up. And,
John
Yeah.
Cena get his ass kicked by Roman Reigns.
yeah, I believe it.
You have to find him first. You can't see him.
I loved John Cena when he was when he had his rap persona. I can't remember his name.
He was John Cena.
What?
He just came out
No.
early on. He just had this rap thing where he wore.
Was he
Yeah.
just John Cena?
Yeah, he was just
Yeah.
John Cena. Yeah. He had the well, I mean, like that. Then they have like the Chain Gang or something.
Because I have his CD somewhere.
Oh, I was about to ask whether you listened to any of his songs.
Yeah,
You
I
the
have his.
He had a whole album out.
He had a whole album. Yeah.
I know he sang his theme song, but
No, yeah, he has
Can
multiple songs. Let me look him up. Let me look it up. I like him. I liked him. I used to listen to him.
the beauty of it, what the WWE used to do though, when Cena had that thing with The Rock, and The Rock called him Fruity Pebbles because his pants were yellow and his T-shirt.
The Rock was
purple.
just. The Rock was the best.
right, but he called
Called
him
CM Punk Cookie Puss at the height of his. I remember he was like, "I'm gonna get this whole crowd to just chant Cookie Puss," and he was
Right,
like, "Ready, Cookie Puss," and the whole crowd went into it. I loved it.
But here's the thing: he called John Cena Fruity Pebbles on an ad lib. Next thing you know, John Cena is on the Fruity Pebble boxes.
Oh yeah.
That's how great that was. I mean, you talk about an automatic tie-in.
Was it just called?
It was spectacular.
I don't remember enough about freaking wrestling.
He's down. That's not fumble. That's not a fumble.
The album's called "You Can't See Me" by John Cena and John Cena and the Trademark. The Trademark. THA and then Trademark. Instead of K, it's a C.
The chain mark.
The Trademark.
Oh, the
The-
trademark. Sorry.
the-
The
The
trademark.
yeah. Time is now. That one.
That's
Right
his, that's
now.
his, that's his entrance music.
I think so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's his entrance. Yep. And then right now is a decent one. And I've listened to "If It All Ended Tomorrow." We got some other songs I don't know about. I'd have to listen to them and see if I remember them. But there's 3 of them I know I listened to before, but
Anyways,
Anybody watching the game besides me?
no, I'm
No.
not. Do
Rams
we
are up
want to talk
Rams
about?
are up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Do we want to talk about the postseason?
No, we can talk about how bad the refereeing is in the postseason now.
Okay. About how the refs are 2-0 this season.
here's
Yeah, the refs-
another 30 minutes. Easy.
What?
We could talk about this all night.
Oh, in the
Oh my God,
postseason.
those yeah, but you cannot be making bad calls in playoff games. It's
I
just not acceptable.
The thing that did anybody watch the actual? Did anybody watch the Cowboys game before I? Like, did
I've
anybody
watched
see
a
the
lot.
Cowboys game?
Yeah, I saw the Cowboys.
At the end of the first half, the
The
Cowboys.
holding call that wasn't a hold.
No, well, besides the holding call, there was when the Cowboys Dak was trying to snap the ball, and the ref was standing, like literally was standing behind the center, preventing Dak from hiking the ball, and he moved at one. I was like literally screaming at the TV. I was like, "Get the fuck out of there, ref! What are you doing?" 2-1 at 1 second. The ref like backs up away, and Dak picks up his like left leg to call for the hike because he's in shotgun, so he has to like pick his
Right.
leg up to let them know, and they call a delay a game. So not only was the ref standing behind the center and preventing Dak from hiking the ball, he waited until 1 second to move. Dak hikes it on 0, I might add, like 1-0, and they call a delay game. How many times do we see the I want to call it a shot clock, the play clock hit 0, and then a quarterback
call
has like a
hike. Yeah, I
full second before that? I mean, it's obviously ref dependent, but sometimes it's like 3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
0, hike, and I'm
Okay.
like, that's such a delay of game. But then the ref is in the way, and they're not gonna give Dak a half second to hike the ball because the ref was standing in the way, and it ruined our momentum because we just had like a nice play, and then they just stopped us 3 plays in a row. It definitely fucked with the momentum of the game, and then not to mention at the very end of the game. Yes,
well,
Dak should
a
have
lot of that
slid.
was on Dak,
Dak-
though, too.
Dak should
That
have
was on
slid
Dak and
sooner.
coaching because
100% Dak should have slid
he
sooner.
should have slid a lot sooner.
Yeah, or
And
throw
the
it
other
up
thing
the
that
middle.
He messed up, he gave the ball to a center and not the official.
The official. The only problem I have with that is I'm fine with the official coming up and touching the ball. That back judge was fucking 20 yards away
I agree.
and ran all the way forward, which they usually have to do anyways. But he ran all the way forward, grabbed the. He didn't just because all he has to do is touch the ball. He didn't just touch the ball. He touched
Moved
the
it
ball,
back.
picked it up, and moved it like a full like yard and a half, 2 yards. Are you telling me that ref way back there fucking could see in the giant pile of guys that there was a 1.5 yard distance? And I don't want to say that 1.5 yard move cost us the time, but if he didn't do that, Dak probably would have had enough time to hike and spike the ball.
Maybe he
And
was
on
being-
top of it, I read an article from Yahoo that said that the refs have to contact the front office or whatever when there's like a potential game-ending play like that, because they have to double check to make sure that there was no penalties, that like the clock was correct. The refs don't have the authority to just say that is the end of the game and then walk out. They have to
They
check.
didn't walk out. They fucking ran. They were
They
Yeah,
like,
they
ran
ran out. They don't have the authority to do that. So
You know
I
what
don't
that reminds me
understand.
of? You know what that reminds me of? That reminded me of everybody's seen the Immaculate Reception with Franco Harris catching the ball, right?
Yeah.
Back then, there was a rule that if you touched the ball, you were the only one that could catch the ball. So if it bounced off a player, it was a dead play. So if Harris caught the ball, so the big question was whether it hit Frenchie Fuqua or it hit Jack Tatum, because Jack Tatum hit Frenchie Fuqua.
And
the ball pops
back
up.
then they didn't have technology
No,
to be
but
able to
here's
like
the
go
thing.
back and zoom in.
So the official goes to security and says, do you have enough security to get us out of the stadium safely? And he says, no. They said, touchdown. Game was over.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's just
That is a true
ridiculous. Like
story. That is a
I
true
don't
story.
I just don't understand how that these refs just you know what the penalty for those refs are gonna be for like screwing up? They're not gonna play the rest of the postseason.
Well,
They don't
you know
get
what?
to
Bill
they
Cowher
don't
had a
get to
good
ref.
question. He had a good question because they went to New York, right, for the whistle.
Yes.
He was wondering, did they have the volume up when they watched the replay, or did they just watch the replay?
Oh, for the one in the Raiders
For
game
the one on the
you're talking
yeah.
about? Yeah.
Because they should have, anytime there's an inadvertent whistle, anytime, they have to replay that down. If they don't get that touchdown, that's a field goal. By the end
Yeah.
of the game,
They lost
Carr
by
isn't
7.
throwing stupid passes
Mm-hmm.
in triple
It
coverage.
changes
They're
the whole
they're
it changes
kicking
the
a field
whole
goal.
outlook of the game.
Yeah,
Whether it happens in the first quarter or the fourth quarter, a bad call does not need to happen.
Because in that situation, he's not going for a touchdown. They're
No.
kicking a field goal and tying the
Yep.
game and going to overtime.
100%. So
That
you
is
play
huge.
the whole game differently.
And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be, wham wham, my team lost, bitter.
Same
But
thing with me. Like I'm fine with losing, but I would have been fine if we got that chance for a Hail Mary and missed it.
exactly,
Whatever. We didn't
exactly.
get which we probably wouldn't have gotten anyways, honestly, because Hail Marys, how often do they work? Blah blah blah. You know, it was like 40 yards.
Well,
Like I don't care. I would have been fine taking the loss. It's just the way that
the
the
way that it
refs
happened.
on more than one occasion during that game fucked us.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
royally fucked us. And
They
it just
became part of the
drives
game.
me up a wall that this is happening when it should not happen. Like I understand, like during the regular season when the Cowboys couldn't call that, it was like a fumble and the Cowboys couldn't call a challenge because we didn't have any timeouts and it was at 2 minutes and 5 seconds. The ref called it was down, but it was pretty much like 99 100% an actual fumble. But because the ref called it down, they can't review it. That's
Right.
just a loophole in the rules that they need to fix. Like you can't just be like, oh, I made a bad call, but then in the rules we can't review that play because it's not a turnover. But you can review every other like turnover that like just call it a fumble then, and then review it that way, or just review every play. I don't understand. They have an office in New York that's their only job. I'm at 4%, by the way, so if my phone dies, you guys know why.
Plug it in.
I have my headset on.
Oh, well, you might have to go to speakerphone.
I'm gonna.
But no, you're right. You're right.
It's just ridiculous.
The
So
job
annoying.
in New York, they have one job in New York and they can't get it right.
What was it? It was XFL or was it the AFL or whatever. Had the guy up in the stadium with the Xbox controller reviewing it like then and there.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. But
It's just
the officials, the officials on the field are atrocious. They're so bad these days. How can they not be seeing the same thing that we see? I don't understand. We're just stupid fans. Do you know what I mean? I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
And
I
I
just
mean,
wish there was
Look
more.
at Twitter after a bad call. Look how many people see it.
Look how many I don't want to say professionals, but like people that know the game say that was a bad call.
Did you hear? I heard pregame and postgame about the inadvertent whistle during the Raider game. And regardless, people stopped playing and because there was a whistle. That anytime an inadvertent whistle, accident or not, per the rule, it is a dead ball. You do not continue on.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, you had everybody. You had Phil Simms talking about it. You had Bill Cowher talking about it. You had Howie Long talking about it. You had anybody on pregame and postgame were talking about how the Raiders got screwed out of that because that is a dead ball. Anytime there's a whistle, dead ball, dead ball. That's all there is. So I think the one thing that we noticed about the playoffs is when you put
Dropped out.
When you put more teams in the playoff, it doesn't make for good football.
No. How many teams got blown out? Like
Patriots got blown out.
Patriots,
So did,
Eagles.
Steelers.
The Eagles didn't belong there.
No.
They really
Steelers
did.
got blown out.
Yeah, Steelers did. That's what we got. See, I think the Chargers would have played a better game. They should have just tied the game. We'd have gotten a better game had the Chargers been in that game, I think, than the Steelers. I really believe that. And I don't like either team. But I firmly believe that we would have gotten a better game.
We would have
had
gotten
the
a better
Chargers.
game. It's Colts are in there.
Yeah, because they play the Chiefs good. They always have.
Yeah. We were the first ones to beat them back when the guy that took over after Luck retired. We just gave it to Mac and ran it down the middle.
Oh, Brissett.
Yeah, Brissett. Run the damn ball. That's all we did.
Yeah, they beat them in Indianapolis, didn't they?
No, we beat them in.
They beat them in KC.
Yeah, we beat them in KC.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Yeah, it's just aggravating that.
That was the year they won the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, that was the year the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And now, from what I'm understanding, the Raiders have fired
their GM.
They fired their GM Mike Mayock, and they told the coach that he's not coming back.
I mean, that's usually how it happens with interim.
But they're trying to get Harbaugh. I hear it's a done deal. I don't know how true that.
Harbaugh, as in
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim.
Okay.
Michigan.
Which I'll take that. Oh, they fired their offensive coordinator too.
Yeah, my whole thing is now we're going to deal with the whole another round of is he going to keep Carr? Is Carr done?
Carr didn't play bad.
Carr had a great year.
Carr had a great game. He threw over 300 yards because he had an interception and a fumble. He's really bad at fumbling. But you know what? Protect him and he won't fumble. That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
That's the offensive line's job. That's their downfall. It's not Carr's fault. Carr shouldn't be running for his life all the time.
Carr throws up numbers every year.
I think they'll keep him. I really do. There's nobody available out there.
It's like the Colts with Wentz. There's no one better, unfortunately.
The Colts would be better off going after Russell Wilson than the Colts.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Potentially, the Russell Wilson might become available.
I would love to see Russell Wilson as a Colt. That would be great. And I mean, I see people on Twitter go, "Why would you keep Carr in a division with Herbert and Mahomes?" Well, he beat Herbert twice?
Yeah.
And he beat Herbert once, and he almost beat. They should have beat Kansas City, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So
they beat
Carr's the guy. Keep him. Give him more weapons to throw to. And other than Renfro and Waller.
Well, he had a.
I said he had a. Yeah, he had one.
Did you know he had the most rookie receiving yards? I think.
Yeah.
He was so good, and he threw it all away.
Just stupid. So stupid.
You legit had a great team. You had your quarterback. You have a good running back. You thought you guys had your receiver.
We had the receiver. Yeah, because Zay Jones finally started getting hot at the end of the season.
Yeah, you had your tight end.
We got the tight end. You got. I mean, you got
okay
Renfro.
Line.
You need that one extra guy. That's where Ruggs came in because he was the speed demon. And Waller and Renfro were your go-tos when you needed him.
Yeah. That's what the Colts need. The Colts need that speed guy. As much as we love Hilton, Hilton's not our speed guy. And did you guys see Hilton and Doyle are both considering retirement?
Yeah, I heard that Doyle was talking about
What is wrong with your Colts team where players are retired when they're like 28 years old?
Because they get the shit beat out of them. They get concussed so much that they end up retiring.
T.Y.'s been dealing with a lot of injuries, and Doyle is always has injuries too.
That's so different than
Luck up and just left at like 30.
Luck looked like a freaking. I don't know. He did not look.
Dude, he's the millionaire I want to become. He dresses like shit, shitty haircut, and that mustache. That's everything I want to look like when I remember.
Just living his life to the best.
Yeah, you don't care. You don't have to care what he looks like anymore.
No, I was happy to see him.
He looked like he shopped at Ross before he went to the stadium, and that's just awesome.
I loved all the memes, and people were calling the Lucas Oil I always think Lucas Oil looks great, but people are like, "Oh, it looks like a Kroger." I'm like, "Why? It looks really good."
Yeah, I read that somebody said it looked like a Kroger. I love Lucas Oil. That's a beautiful
Yeah.
stadium.
It matches the aesthetic of Indianapolis.
It really does. It does. And I love the window.
It's
and
Midwest through and through of a design.
it's like a well, you know what? Because it's like a field house. It matches the field house. It matches. That's the goal that they went with. Was
Yeah.
it? Was that field house, that old school field house look?
And you
that's
know
exactly
what?
they got.
You know who's probably saying the stadium looks like crap? Jaguar fans or someone. Someone with a shitty stadium.
Oh, that's a shitty stadium. That is a shitty stadium. The Gator Bowl. It used to be called the Gator Bowl. It's just an old stadium, but
Or the
they're never
Washington
going to have a new one.
Stadium.
Did you see in the? Did you see? Oh, yeah, right. That's another one. Did you see the video of the girl was like she was doing a contest at the Jaguar game, and her answer was D, fire their GM or whatever it was. That was her answer.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a video. She was like playing like they do a trivia game with the fan. Is it A, B, or C or whatever? And she said it's D, fire Kalal or whoever
Their own.
whoever their GM is or something like that. It was hysterical. Somebody videoed it, and is it the Jaguars GM? Yeah, let's see here. Jags GM. Balky, yeah. Trent Balky. She said D, fire Balky. That's exactly what she said. On the big screen.
I bet she
Their
got a
fans
round of
came dressed
applause.
as clowns.
And they
Yeah.
still
The
beat the
Colts game.
Colts.
Yeah, because of Balky. That's how bad it is. So, I mean, you could be in worse shape. You could have Balky. I don't know. So, I don't know. There's a lot of rebuilding got to go on with a lot of teams this year. I mean, do you keep? The Colts got to keep wins. I don't see unless
They get
Wilson
Russ.
becomes available.
I wonder if we'll make a play for what's his name? He's a little bit past his prime, but the Atlanta QB.
Matt
If you're
Ryan?
gonna say no,
Yeah, Matty Ice.
No,
you don't
no,
want
he's
Matt
too
Ryan.
old. No, he's
I mean,
too old.
and as much as
Well,
I think Matt Ryan was pretty good at one point, he's a trash bag now. He ain't good. He sucks.
Yeah.
if
He had
the Raiders are smart,
plenty of weapons on the Falcons, and he couldn't do anything with anybody. So
if the Raiders are smart, they pick up a speedster somewhere, and they draft offensive line because they drafted Leatherwood. That guy's a bust. So they need to either that or free agent offensive line. They need a speedster and a couple more on the offensive line, and they'll be a good team.
The Colts need to keep their defense, get some young cornerbacks.
They've got their issue though is they got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
They really, really do. The Rock is on the game with Eli and Peyton right now.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Dwayne
smell?
Not Rocco that Elmo hates, but The
Oh,
Rock.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
no.
Well, they're talking about the XFL is what they're talking about.
No, he has
The
COVID.
USFL, I'm sorry. Is it the USFL? Is that the one he did or did the XFL? Which one's he involved in?
I think he bought the XFL.
He bought the XFL, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he bought the XFL.
Oh,
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Or his team did, like his team of investors and him.
Yeah,
He probably could have done it by himself if he really wanted to.
I'm sure.
And he makes enough money. He's the highest grossing movie star.
2023 is when the XFL starts. Dwayne Johnson shares up.
Jesus.
Jeez, to think it got shut down in 2020.
Well, no, I mean that's good. Give him time. Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Do it together.
I liked the XFL though.
I went
I really liked it.
I
when it came
went
back.
to the very first XFL game in Orlando.
Jeez.
and I saw the coach of the Purdue, Jeff Brom, was our quarterback in Orlando. We had a good team. And then he got knocked out with a dislocated shoulder, and then they went to shit. But I think they played Chicago. That's who we played. And so
The
I went.
XFL probably would have been good, the original one, if they never went to TV. Because it wasn't supposed to be a TV event. It was supposed to be a live event.
We had a lot of fun. It was a rough crowd though. It was like a wrestling crowd, like there were fights in the stands and chicks showing their boobs, and it was that. It was very much an attitude. It was a WWE attitude era crowd. Let's put it that way.
I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have expected any different.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
So, but we go on to the next round. I mean, after this game tonight, which it looks like the Rams are up 14-0. So I don't know if what's going to happen.
Who are the Rams playing?
Cardinals.
Arizona.
Oh. For some reason, I thought Arizona already played.
No.
Kind of forgot it that they're even,
Well, that's because it's a Monday night game. It's weird to have a playoff game on Monday.
Yeah.
I
I don't like the
I'm
extended
not big on the
playoffs.
Monday night playoff game. I'm glad we don't have to do this anymore.
I think the only reason why they did it is because it would have just been 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday, because normally it's 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday. I think the
Right.
only reason why they did this is just because, like Saturdays, some people still work on Saturdays, so they wanted to take that like a game at 1 o'clock that not many people are going to watch, and they moved it to Monday night that everybody's going to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
but
have
now
to
one
give
of
it to
these teams,
ESPN,
teams has a shorter week.
And they give the game to ESPN too to
Yeah,
show it.
show it on Friday night. You know what I mean? Or do it Thursday
Yeah.
night. Don't do it Monday night.
Yeah, it might be better. Yeah, with the shorter.
Yeah, because now they got
I mean,
they
can
have a
always
shorter
just
week
make.
than everybody. That's a
They
big
could
deal.
always just make whoever wins this game though play the 8 o'clock game on Sunday.
The evening Sunday game. Yeah, but
So
still.
like they're only going to be losing like a handful of hours as opposed to a full day. As long
Yeah.
as this team doesn't play Saturday, I think it's okay. If they play Saturday though, that's bullshit.
Oh, I agree. 100%. So I don't know if let's see if I don't know if they've got those listed. Who's playing when yet? I'm checking the NFL app right now.
They must have the schedule already.
Let's see here. I don't see where they've. I don't have anything as of yet. Let me check. Espen.
Yeah, it's
The-
probably on ESPN.
Espen app. Let's see. Come on. Here we go. NFL.
Yeah, Saturday's Bengals Titans at 4. 49ers Packers at night.
So
and then
whoever plays
Sunday-
has to play Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Sunday at 3.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I forgot they moved the Sunday games a little closer too. There's
So
no
are
8 o'clock on
So they're
Sunday.
playing, and so whoever wins this game has to go to Tampa,
Yeah.
right? See, that's shitty. Now they have to they lose a day traveling.
Oh, they'll probably leave like right after this game, whoever wins.
Well, still, I mean, that's clear across the country. They're in Los Angeles.
Oh well, it's what they signed up for.
I don't agree with. Then don't play a game on a Monday night. I think it should be equal. You know what I mean? I really believe that it should be equal. So
Oh well, the NFL wanted more money. They got it.
that's all it's about. We got 2 shitty games out of it. 3 shitty games. How many shitty games did we get out of it?
3.
3. So
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens in the next round. I have no one to root for because I hate everybody. So
Root for the Bungles.
I'm
oh
reading.
no, I'm not doing that.
I'm
I'm
rooting
rooting-
for the
I'm rooting for the Bungles.
They're going
Packers.
down.
Fuck the
I can't-
Play
Packers.
the Titans. There's no way. Yeah, Bengals aren't going to beat the Titans. I'm going to tell you that right now. Is Henry coming back?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not going to beat the.
but will he be King Henry?
They're not going to. I'm telling you, I might go for Aaron Rodgers simply for the fact that I like Aaron Rodgers. So I might go for
Fuck Aaron Rodgers, little bitch.
I
I
like
like
him.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, did you see what Tom Brady did again? He's pissing me off because he's such a nice guy. So
Already
earlier
do.
this year, there was a kid who had cancer.
Oh,
And-
here we go. He's such a good person.
No,
Blah,
no,
blah,
listen
blah,
to this.
blah,
Listen.
blah.
So Tom Brady, when he had chemo, when he was going through his chemo and stuff, Tom Brady sent like a cameo or whatever to this kid. Well, the kid showed up at a Bucks game and he had a sign, and his sign said, "Tom Brady helped me beat cancer," and he sat behind the bench, and it might have been Mike Evans. It was somebody like that who noticed the sign and pointed it out to Tom Brady. So at the end of the game, Tom Brady walks over and gives this kid his hat. And they revealed the other day he got another video message from Tom Brady, and Tom Brady and the Bucks are sending this kid and his family to the Super Bowl.
Only
And
if they make it, though.
Huh?
I made a joke. Only if they make it to the Super Bowl.
No. It's not only if he makes it. The kid goes to the Super Bowl whether they go or not. But again, Tom Brady to the rescue. He's a good guy.
He's a bum too.
Huh?
I said he's a bum too.
I
I'm
would
just
say
saying-
you're just mad he left the Patriots, but you're not a Patriots fan, so.
No,
Well,
okay.
it makes you wonder who was the glue in New England that made that team a winner. Was it Belichick or was it Brady? Now we're kind of finding out.
I've always said that it was Brady. As good of a coach as Belichick is, I mean, his quarterback is the best quarterback ever. So it's kind of easy to be it's like having Jordan on your team.
I think
Like,
God, they got smoked. They got beat by 30.
As good as I can't even remember
Mac
the
Jones.
no, I was trying to think of the name of Michael Jordan's coach,
Phil
Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
Phil
Like
Jackson.
as good of a coach as Phil Jackson is, like
Eh.
how easy of it is to be like, all right, game plan, guys, get the ball to Jordan.
Yeah.
Phil
Like you don't
Jackson
even have
was
to run,
lucky who
like
he
run high
coached. He
school,
would never
run
won
high
any
school
championships.
plays, like pick and rolls. All you got to do is get Jordan the ball, and he'll do everything for you. Like it's easy to be a coach when when one player does everything for you.
I mean, it's hard to compare when I'd
Well-
like to see Mac Jones in 20
Yeah.
years under Belichick.
Belichick,
Well-
first of all, is not going to be coaching
Yeah,
for 20 more years.
Exactly. That's why I don't really want to say anything.
But like I
We'll be
think Mac
lucky if
Jones is a
Belichick another
fantastic
5.
quarterback. I think the problem lies elsewhere on the team. I feel like the Patriots need because they've essentially been they never needed great talent like receivers and stuff like that because they've
Yeah.
had Brady. And
Yeah.
Brady turns everybody into a god, and then they
Yeah.
go elsewhere, and then they're just mediocre. Wes Welker, Danny Amendola for 2 of them. That's
Wes
just
Welker
2
did really good in Denver for his.
because he had
2.
Peyton.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
Peyton
yeah.
Manning though.
He had Peyton though, so he went from goat to goat. So it's not really fair for him. But like otherwise, like they need like actual. They need to go out and draft like a first round receiver, like
They
like
did, and
the
he
best
sucked.
receiver.
What
Yeah,
was it, 2-3 years ago?
Nikhil, but they drafted a 6'5" receiver. What do you expect? You need somebody that's like they're looking for the next AJ Green. They got to look for the next I was gonna say T.Y. Hilton. Never mind about that. They got to
Hey, I
look
would
for
take another
DeAndre
T.Y. Hilton.
Hopkins or something.
another Hopkins, like a 6'1", like speedster guy.
Hey, if you could have another Ty, I bet you would take him. Very
I
solid
wouldn't. He
team
drops
guy.
too many passes.
I don't know. And the problem I always had with T.Y. is he was so short. So the problem is
That's
that
why
when he
he's the
catches the
ghost.
ball, he catches the ball though, and then somebody blows on him and he fucking drops the ball.
And then he's hurt.
because he's 5'10", 175 pounds. So yeah, he balls fast, but if he gets hurt, he's dead. As someone who plays Madden a lot, there's like 50 other receivers that I would take before Ty. Not saying
Yeah.
Ty's bad. I love using Ty, like when I have him, if I have him. But there's so many other receivers that are essentially as good as Ty, but they have a better like frame, so they don't like get wrecked.
I agree. Yeah, you need somebody. You need a Marvin Harrison or.
There you go. You need like a 6'1", 200-pound receiver. That's
Right.
like the goal. 6'2", 6'1", 200, 190 to 210.
Yep, I concur.
What about like how big's Cooper Cup?
He's like Hunter Renfro.
Yeah, he's no, I think Cup is right in that sweet spot. I think he's 6'2", 200. I'm actually in Madden right now, I can tell you.
I'm online. He is 6'2",
Wow.
and Hunter Renfro is 5. Hunter Renfro's 5'10".
He's a little boy.
Yeah,
The little
man, that
baby
guy can
boy.
catch though, man. He's one of my favorite players on that team.
He's probably one of the best ones.
He really is.
Top,
Yeah.
top
Oh,
three.
no
top
doubt.
four, top 5 at least. At least on
Oh my
offense.
God. Tim's dying over there.
I thought I was muted. I'm sorry. I was holding in my cough for so long.
That's some good shit.
Don't judge me. I'm getting ready to play someone in Madden in our league.
How did you guys' fantasy turn out?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I think we already talked about it, did we?
Chris lost 3 times the whole season, and they were all to me. Twice in the regular
Oh
season.
yeah, I think we did talk
It was
about
like
it.
it was like the first week of the season, then it was like the second to last week of the season, and then it was in the finals. I beat him all 3 times.
Yeah, I think I remember him talking about that or something.
Every time was like something like the first time was like that first week when Aaron Rodgers and like all my players played like shit. The second time, I don't really remember, but I think I had a lot of like injuries or something. And then like this third time, my team was just like death. I had a whole new team almost because of COVID.
I can tell you right now that Chris is lying on all 3 accounts. I'm gonna go tell you what the scores are.
Bitch, I'm
First
gonna
week
look
of the
right now too.
season. First week of the season, I won 178 to 136. He had
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had 2 points. It's not my fault. Aaron Rodgers had a shitty week.
Herbert had 18.
Godwin
Jefferson had 12.
had 23.
Derrick Henry had 10.
I mean, it's not my fault. You guys had. It was the first week of the season. Then, where is it? Week 10. Yep, week 10. I won 187 to 153. I had Matt Ryan get me 2 points, and I still beat you by 35.
Yeah,
Jesus
because
Christ.
Beasley had 3. Mitchell had 9. Yeah, but what about Debo Samuel had 33 points? Dak Prescott had 32 points.
Oh, and
Zeke had 20. He's not talking about when his players go off. You know, let's see who his players were the first week that went off. Oh, Kelsey, Williams, Mike Williams.
Mike Jones.
Let's look at the championship game. I don't even think he's there anymore.
I think he's coughing.
Yeah.
You guys can't hear me?
Yeah.
No, now we can.
Oh, I guess you can't hear me when I'm not in the fantasy. Yeah,
I had the guy in fantasy in the final week in the championship game get 0 points.
so did
I
I.
had another guy get
no,
1 point.
no. We both had a goose egg, so you can cross those goose eggs out.
Okay, what about my guy that got 1 point and 3 points and 8 points when almost every other person on your team scored double digits except for Elliot?
Zeke had 4, and my defense had 5. That was probably the most even week between us. That was definitely the most even week between us.
Yeah, but you still had Dak go off.
I mean, what can I say?
Oh, and Najee Harris.
Maybe
Oh, and
draft better.
Deebo Samuel again.
Maybe you should draft better.
Oh, maybe Derrick Henry doesn't go on IR and halfway through the year.
Hey, I had Zach. I had Zach. I had Zeke for that whole season where he was sitting every single game while they were like deciding if how long his suspension should be, blah blah blah, and then he got suspended. So I ended up losing him for like 8 weeks instead of 4.
Yeah, but you weren't in the championship running that year.
Yeah, because of Zeke.
I was in the championship running this year. I was in the championship game.
Who's got the belt wrapped around their waist right now? Is it you? It's
Oh.
me.
Fantastic.
Hang on, I'm looking for this stat. Let's see if I can find it.
Stat that.
Stat that. Hashtag stat that. Oh, that's so great.
Whose back you got?
I got your back. I don't like that commercial.
That's 2 chains. What a weird person to use. 2 chains.
Yeah. Stat that.
All right. Well, my buddy's been. I have him on hold for quite some time here, probably like 25 minutes. He's just been sitting in the party, twiddling his thumbs. So
Fuck
I'm
him.
gonna jump out here
Forget it. This is important.
so I can go do that.
We're at the end
Okay.
anyways. So
Yeah, I figured we're approaching the end anyways, and I kind of feel bad. I told him let's
Shit.
play at 9:15, and it's
21 to
9:30.
nothing now.
anyways, you can watch us and listen to us on YouTube, TuneIn Radio, Spotify Podcast, iTunes Podcast, Amazon Podcast. You can catch us at Twitter and on Facebook. And
Do I have a shower thought? I've got a shower thought.
oh, give me a shower thought then, Chris.
A lot of people don't realize the actor that played Wilson in Castaway is the same actor
Oh god.
from the volleyball scene in Top Gun.
Wow, Wilson has
Range.
Well
I have to look up his
done.
IMDb.
Well said.
A lot of people didn't know that. Just letting y'all know.
Is it? Side note: is it Wilson? Is he the guy off of
Home Improvement.
the Home Improvement? Yeah, on the fence.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. I'm glad you knew what I was talking about.
Yep, sure did.
Tim, do you know who's your nerds are?
Who's your nerds? Check us out.